Welcome to another episode of Guys Present Sports for the Culture. I'm today's host at Bryce XXVII. And as usual, I got the dream team with me. Bottom right, I got to start with you, man. You got the right colors on. Bottom right, introduce yourself.
Hey, it's your boy Young Rome 22 on all social media platforms. And I ain't got much to say, man. I ain't got much to say.
Hey, I can't be mad at that. I love to see it. NFC East champions, baby. I'm sure these two fellas on the left side got something to say about that. Top left, since you guys took the most recent L to the Washington football team. Introduce yourself, sir.
What's up, Scruff Lion, aka the favorite villain, aka I just ruined a whole bunch of people's playoff chances by switching to tanking.
Hey, man. Hey, bottom left, introduce yourself.
I don't even know, man. I don't even know why I'm here today.
Here so you don't get
This
fined.
is good.
Man.
Let's just start the show. We're gonna see. Let's go.
Yeah, man, just keep your smile on, G. Keep your smile on, man. Elimination don't feel so bad, does it? The couch don't feel so bad. You on one right now. You're comfortable on that couch, man. So let's jump right into it. This is what everybody's talking about. Was Doug Pederson justified in pulling Jalen Hurts? I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of different perspectives. You got the Philly perspective, you got the Giants perspective, and you've got the Washington football team perspective. And the great thing about this show, you got them all here on the same screen. So let's start with the Philly perspective. Scrub, was Doug Pederson justified? How did you feel when you saw Nate Sudfeld marching on the field to start the fourth quarter?
I wasn't surprised at all, to be honest. I thought that based on the decisions that were made, based on the roster, based on the guys that they had starting for the defense, based on Miles Sanders being out, based on Deshaun Jackson being out, based on the way they were moving, I was not surprised at all that they decided to pull the plug on Jalen Hurts, and just to make sure, because he was making a pretty competitive game. He had 2 rushing touchdowns on the ground, and it could have gone either way. They were within striking distance, so. I think it was a strategical move from the man upstairs being the owner. Doug Peterson had to do what he had to do. He was lucky enough to be leaving with a job this year, so I'm pretty sure that came from upstairs.
Yeah, I mean, when it gets to these moments, you rather have the number 6 pick than the 14th, right? Is that simple?
It was the ninth pick.
The ninth. Okay, my bad. So 6 and 9. And those 3 picks gonna be the difference in getting the Heisman Trophy winner like Devontae Smith or getting somebody that's not quite that caliber. So let's keep it pushing, man. Let's hear the Giants' perspective, man. Let's hear the perspective from the couch, as I'll call it today. Perspective from the couch.
Man, listen, man. I can't get mad, man. Look, we were 6 and 9 going into the game when we beat Dallas. So it was like, all right. What am I supposed to believe that this 6 and 9 team could go to the playoff and be mad? I do call this the Philly screw job because that's what it was. It hurts me as a fan. I'm like, well, damn. But then I got to wondering, right? Come playoff, and y'all got to see Tom Brady. How bad are you guys gonna play? Y'all guys could barely beat an Eagles 3rd-string team out on the field, and now you guys are here with high hopes, and y'all gonna do something in these playoffs. Man, I'm about to see you guys get eaten. So I'm basically gonna enjoy this couch this Sunday with you guys.
You know what, Ron? I'm gonna let you take that one.
Hey, we'll get to Tom Brady here in a second because I'm not really worried about Tom that much at all. But as far as Doug Peterson tanking, pulling Jalen Hurts, man, what I learned from this is apparently it's more than one way to tank. They went into the game with half their starters already out. It's essentially a preseason game. I believe Pederson said before the game he was going to play, what's the kid's name, Sudfeld in the fourth quarter, and that's what he did. He stuck to his guns. He did just that. It seemed strange. Jalen Hurts didn't seem to really be feeling it. Even Alex Smith after the game was like, I thought Jalen Hurts got hurt. It hurt the Giants to take out Hurts very badly there. And the Giants were very, very upset about it. Joe Judge had some words. But, I work at UPS, man. I'm gonna ship you over some tissues. You know, I'm gonna ship you over some tissues with some G's on it just for you, man. You know, it's too bad. You know, y'all beat us twice. Y'all beat us twice, and y'all are on the couch, and we're in the offs, baby. That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt, but it'll be okay though.
It will.
I'm not
It'll
mad,
be
man.
okay, G.
I'm about to
It'll
see
be
Tom
okay,
Brady
man.
destroy you guys.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And the crazy thing is, you know, so much attention was being paid to Jalen Hurts and how Jalen Hurts was changing the game so much against Washington, and how if they would have kept Jalen Hurts in the game, what would have happened? All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves, people. Through 3 quarters, Jalen Hurts had 72 passing yards and 38 rushing yards. Jalen Hurts was not really hurting the Washington football team all that much, no pun intended. And
And
don't
you
get me
guys
wrong,
couldn't
Jalen
do
Hurts,
nothing.
we didn't have to. Every
They
quarter we
were in the
were
game.
leading. This first half we were
Y'all
leading.
barely even
In the
won that
third quarter,
game.
we were leading.
Word.
We were
We was
leading
within
with
striking
Third
distance.
stringers. You're talking
bro.
about third
Almost every
stringers.
NFL
Third
game,
stringers,
teams are within
bro.
striking distance. I don't want to hear striking distance. We controlled the game from the beginning until the end. It was never like a time, except when we maybe had those fluke turnovers. It was never the one fluke turnover. There
He
was never a
said
time
fluke.
where you gave up the momentum. We always had the momentum. And when we lost it, number 99, Chase Young went and grabbed it back for us. So let's just slow down a little bit with the Jalen Hurts talk. Don't get me wrong. He played a good, decent game.
Bro,
But
so
it was not going to be enough.
listen. You telling me Jalen Hurts would have been a difference maker when they got those interceptions, those last 2 in the last fourth quarter? You telling me Jalen Hurts would have at least scored one time?
No, he wouldn't have.
Bro, we were intercepting
They
Jalen
were
Hurts.
right there in the red zones. Are you crazy?
You crazy because he scored twice. Whatever yardage you added up, it may not seem like a lot of yards, but that's the thing about Jalen Hurts. He made the most out of the least in this situation. He had 68 passing yards, whatever you said, 30 rushing yards, but he pulled out 2 touchdowns out of that. You know, you only got to go up the field. You got to go up the field, man. But it's a field position game. It doesn't matter what the yards add up to, brother. It only matters is the points on the scoreboard. And Jalen Hurts, when you take a guy like Jalen Hurts out of the game, that's like literally a game-changing player, then you're pretty much giving you you had the momentum. But when you take Jalen Hurts out of the game, it's guaranteed that you guys are going to – the momentum that he had a little assist there from Coach Pederson.
Absolutely. Once Jalen Hurts was gone, it was guaranteed. I'm not denying that. But even with Jalen Hurts, the Eagles were not going to win that game. And if you think otherwise – you weren't watching that game. Watch how the game was going. The momentum was on Washington's side the entire time, man. It never shifted. It really never shifted. Let's be honest.
Jalen Hurts had 2 nice drives. That's it. He had 2 nice drives. Those were the plays that Scruff was just alluding to. 2 nice drives. After that, it was like punt, turnover on downs. He had the ball right there in the red zone. They went for it on 4th down. They didn't get it. He doesn't come back out the next drive. I honestly don't even know why people are mad at Doug Pederson. This is essentially a preseason game for the Eagles. You might as well bring Nate Sudfeld in. I mean, why get Jalen Hurts hurt? You know what I mean? Why risk him for injury when Chase Young is breathing down his neck anyway already? When Montez Sweat is breathing down the other side. You got Deron Payne and John Allen up the middle. It was the smart move to take him out because the way we're about to do Tom Brady next week, that could have been Jalen Hurts last Sunday.
Hey, Rome, the same people that are mad at Doug Pederson right now for pulling Jalen Hurts would have been mad at Doug Pederson if he kept Jalen Hurts in. You know what they would have said? Doug Pederson ruined our chance at the number 6 draft pick. That's exactly what the people would have said if he kept Jalen Hurts in and went for the win. I'm trying to tell you, man, you can't please the people.
It ain't the same
Doug
people.
Pederson did what was best. Doug Pederson did what was best for his organization, and I'm grateful that it was best for my organization as well. Moving on to the Buccaneers, we're not scared of them. Tom Brady, when it comes to a pass rush, Tom Brady doesn't fare too well. I'm not gonna say I like our chances, but I think we have a chance. I'll say that.
Hey, with a defense like Washington's, you have a chance in every game. I have no idea what's going to happen with the quarterback position right now, but I trust in that defense 100%.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think if you're a team and you got 10 losses, I really don't think you have any right to be butthurt about any other coach's decisions, however, which way it may affect you. Like if you have if you on the verge of double-digit losses, man, Like, you really just have no room to be complaining about anything. So, and all you Giants fans out there, including you, my friend below me, just stop crying, my friend. Just stop. Y'all was garbage can the whole season.
Bro,
And
I said before the conversation, I didn't care. Like I'm
not talking about you, G.
Really
I'm just talking about all those people out there on Twitter. Y'all know who y'all are. Yeah. Hey, you in every game though. Hey, but they did beat the Redskins twice. There is something to be said about that. That's really the only reason they were in the division.
Yeah, that's the only argument that I'll accept from any Giants fan. They did get us twice. We're in the playoffs or not, you beat us twice. That's the only acceptable argument. Other than that, man, sit your ass down.
So you're glorifying another game just to lose at home. That's what we're about to.
Bro, who said we're gonna lose? You act like the game happened already.
Yeah, just to get a 14-round pick, a 14th.
I'll be completely objective here. You know, this is a big win. Emotionally, I'm happy. I'm excited. But it's going to be a huge hurdle for my team, if I'm being completely honest. Because winning the division doesn't just come with a home playoff game. It comes with a harder schedule next season. Now we're going to be playing all the division winners next season too. So it's going to be a uphill battle. We still got to find a quarterback. It's not like everything is all, sunshine and roses for Washington right now. But I do think we're going to jack up Tom Brady. And even if we lose that game, whoever plays Tom Brady next, they're going to be telling us thank you because he's going to be limping into that next game.
All right, well, Rome, you obviously just real excited for next week. So why don't we go ahead and get into that topic? Since you already living in next week, acting like y'all done won the game already. But next week is the first round of the playoffs. So we got Washington in the playoffs. We got a couple other teams, a couple underdogs. Who do y'all think is who's y'all prediction for the Super Bowl? Who y'all got coming for the bowl, or who do y'all think is some underdogs this weekend that could actually make some noise? Jump ball. I'm guessing somebody's gonna say Washington. So. Go ahead, get it off.
I mean, I'm actually not gonna be on here and predict some crazy Washington Super Bowl run. I've already mapped it out, multiple times. Washington's path to the Super Bowl, and I don't believe we have enough in the tank on offense to pull something that magical off. Although Ron Rivera is a hell of a coach, and who knows. So I'm not gonna pick Washington to go on some crazy Super Bowl run. You're not gonna bait me into that. Not tonight.
All right. Well, what y'all feeling like for some underdogs? But I personally, it's unfortunate what happened with Cleveland. I think that was going to be my underdog pick, but I'm not about to pick them now. I'm just this is bad luck Brown situation with the coach being out. I would think he could still overcome that. But one underdog I do like this weekend. I like Tennessee. Over Baltimore this weekend. I think the Titans and the Ravens.
How's that an underdog?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is
it? How's that an underdog?
Because it is.
That's not an underdog.
Yes, it is.
He's
the underdog. Look at the line, fool. They underdogs, man.
Yeah, I don't know how many people are taking
and beat them in an overtime. What? That's crazy.
Hey,
if I had to pick a sleeper, a team that people probably aren't expecting to win this weekend, I would take the Colts. I kind of like the Colts over the Bills. I'm like 75% on the way to convincing myself to picking the Colts over the Bills. But I think everybody's riding high on Josh Allen, saying he's MVP, this and that. I don't really see all that. I see a pretty good quarterback. I don't see MVP. But like Lamar Jackson, he's got to prove it in the playoffs, and the time is here.
Hey, Matt Nagy himself commented, man. He said the Saints are going to destroy his team. Hey, I might sound crazy right here, but I don't think the Bears. I think the Bears have somewhat of a shot in that game. It's not going to be a blowout. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. The Bears have played everybody tough over these last 4 or 5 weeks, so should end up being a decent game. Now, watching the football team is definitely.
But my underdog is going to be the.
No, go ahead, G.
No, No. Go ahead with the Washington. Go ahead. I mean,
Yeah,
Jets. Go ahead.
man, it's definitely a sleeper, bro. It's definitely a
Go
sleeper.
ahead. Go
Hey,
ahead.
look, I downloaded one of those
For this week, yes.
I downloaded one of the gambling apps. They gave me $100 free to spend. So y'all know 50's going on it for Washington beating Tampa Bay. The other 50's going on Washington winning the Super Bowl, man. Let's get it.
Hey, not mad at those.
Not mad at all. Not mad at all myself.
Might as well donate it or something.
I want to hear those sleeper picks though, G.
Nah, Cleveland is my sleeper for this weekend. Because like this on
even
paper, they're still better. Still better. Yeah, even without the coach, even without Kevin Stefanski, because they still got a better team on paper. I mean, the Steelers can't run the ball, and they're just gonna try to pass. And we're gonna see the same thing what we seen last week.
I
Even
agree.
a better game, if anything. But yeah, I see Cleveland winning by 3.
Yeah, I can get behind that. I feel like they might go out there and play for the coach, ride the emotional wave.
It hurts not having a coach, but I'd say that it does seem like one thing for sure, at least from what I've seen in recent weeks, that the Steelers probably got to be the most vulnerable team out of all the top higher seeded teams because they've lost some really, they lost to the Bengals, so it's doable. They're vulnerable. They've shown the chink in the armor early. They're not the same dominant team that was undefeated for sure. But,
that's a fact. I think we said on this very show that the Steelers were a pretender, man, at that time, man. We kind of called that out. I think a few of us were on the same page with that. So shout out to the knowledge.
Hey, so what do you guys think about this Rams Seahawks game? We haven't touched on that, man. How you guys who you leaning towards on that? Me personally, with Goff coming off a broken thumb, I gotta go with Russ, man. Russ was playing like an MVP earlier this year. I think he's gonna have a crazy run in the playoffs. Scruff, you were asking me my Super Bowl prediction. I'm riding with the Seahawks in the NFC. But who you guys like this weekend?
I like the Seahawks this weekend. I like the Seahawks this weekend as well. But I think it's going to be a competitive game. The Rams-Seahawks is a divisional rivalry. You know it's going to get nitty-gritty. But when the brights shine the lights shine the brightest, Russell Wilson's going big. And his two receivers are going to be downfield making crazy plays happen. So my money's on Russell Wilson this weekend.
That's a tough one. I low-key lean towards the Rams. I love what Russ was doing early in the season. I thought he was on the MVP trajectory, but he fell off from that. In my opinion. Can he regain that form? Definitely. He has two of the better receivers in the league on his team. But the question is going to be, can they run the ball? They got to establish the run in the playoffs. That's what they've done when they've gone on their playoff runs, establish the run. And if they're unable to do that against the Rams front, which is not easy to do it against them, I don't see the Seahawks taking that game. I lean towards the Rams right now when it comes to Rams Seahawks.
Seahawks should have picked up beast mode. I think he's a free agent out there. He probably could come off the couch right now and give him a couple good carries. I'm not even playing. Like he's built like that. But
he's not Frank Gore, bro.
What? He's better than Frank Gore. I'm tripping.
Hey, and then Scrap, I don't know how you said the Titans.
I don't know about that.
I don't know how you said the
Maybe
Titans.
That's not stats, but
for underdog, bro. They got Derrick Henry out there, man. Derrick Henry is not no underdog in any sense of.
What is he? What is he, Rome? What is he?
Hey, I gotta show you love, bro. He's the best running back in the league. That's what he is. That's what he is. And at this time of year, man, it's cold out there. They're probably going to get that man the ball 15, 18 times in the fourth quarter alone. So good luck to Baltimore's defense.
And he's at home, right? Yeah, and the Titans are at home too, right?
Yeah, they are.
Well, hey, I don't make the definitions up for underdogs. Underdogs is defined by, in my opinion, that means, hey, they're favored to lose the game. They're getting 3.5 points by Vegas, my friend. That's what an underdog is, man. DraftKings, go ahead, throw me that Chetty. That's a free pup. It's a free pup. But yeah, 3.5 points right now. If you want to take the Titans, go ahead, get right. I'm telling you, that's an underdog.
Yeah, I feel it. I don't know. That's a crazy underdog. But back to the predictions, man. Super Bowl. I've nailed it down to the Packers and the Chiefs, man. It's an easy pick because they're the ones with the buys, but both of those teams look tough, man. They both could be well rested. I think those are the two finalists for the MVP award this season, unless you would throw Derrick Henry's name in the hat, which I think you probably should. But they're not going to give it to him running back this season. Aaron Rodgers has been playing out of his mind. 40 touchdowns on the season. I mean, he's balling. Devontae Adams is a beast. I mean, I think you got the two best receivers and the two best quarterbacks his entire season in the NFL. And Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill, and then Aaron Rodgers going head-to-head with Patrick Mahomes. It'll be interesting, especially if those two teams do make it, because for Aaron Rodgers, this is cementing the legacy. This is like, are you up there with like Brady and them, or are you in that that tier below Brady and them? Like tier below Manning Brady talk. But if Aaron Rodgers makes a run now, I think he cements himself as one of the top 3 or 4 best quarterbacks to ever do it. So this will be a very important playoff for him, and I would if they do make it, I would take Green Bay in that game.
I like that.
Hey, who really wins if that's the Super Bowl? State Farm. We will be seeing those commercials all day.
Oh, God.
Nah, I like that. I like that Aaron Rodgers pick though. I like that Aaron Rodgers
Super Bowl
pick.
commercial.
Yeah, I like that Aaron Rodgers pick. I think the Packers win the NFC. I want to see that. I'd like this. I'm ready for the Aaron Rodgers Tom Brady showdown, but I got my money on Aaron Rodgers on that, so I can see Aaron Rodgers coming out of this. I like that a lot. So I like that. I like that a lot. I like that Super Bowl right there. I think I'm gonna ride with that too. Chiefs, Packers, quarterback on quarterback action, best of the best, and I think Aaron Rodgers wins it. That's my Super Bowl prediction. I'll give you the whole thing. Packers, Super Bowl champs. Go ahead and book that in. Put that in your app. I think that'll be a nice little payout for you.
Hey, so who we got?
Would I be wrong to
Rodgers,
say
Rodgers,
Green Bay
and
and
Russ?
Bills?
You could say that. I think that would be.
That's my Super Bowl prediction. Green Bay and Bills.
Yeah,
I like the Bills. That defense legit. Josh Allen is playing nutty buddy. Like that team all around. That's a strong team. I mean, the run game could be a little better, but if you got Josh Allen that could run the ball, like I don't know, man. I'm surprised he's not in the conversation of MVP this year.
Oh, he is in a conversation of MVP, and we're gonna get into that conversation too. But at a later date, we will give you our gas awards. But yeah, Josh Allen is definitely in the conversation. I say if any team could come out of the AFC besides the Chiefs, I'd say that the Bills would be my choice over the Steelers over anybody else. Or I mean, I don't know. I'm surprised nobody. I don't know. What do y'all think about the Titans? Y'all think I think maybe they could make at least a little noise.
Yeah,
I'm not feeling that, but
the Titans will definitely go as far as Derrick Henry takes them.
Yeah, I agree with that. And the thing about the Titans is, are they gonna get cute? Are they gonna get cute, get down, and abandon the run? Are they gonna stick with it even if the game is close early and nobody's taking control? They're gonna stick with the run. They're gonna get cute and try to throw at Tannehill. That's what it really comes down to. Because you give that ball to Derrick Henry 30 times, I don't see how you lose in that game. Even against the Ravens. I mean, Ravens do have a tough defense, but if Derrick Henry gets, I'd say 27 plus carries, expect the Titans to win the ball game. That's really what it comes down to, in my opinion.
Hey, and what would that mean for Lamar Jackson's legacy?
I also got to think about the weather, though.
His legacy, he like 2 years in the league. Come on now.
Yeah, but that would be 2 losses to the Titans back to back, bounced out.
He got time. He got time, man.
He ran into the best running back in the league, man. Hey,
back years. That's gonna hurt, man. That's gonna hurt.
Don't tell me. Like, don't. The kid's like 23. Don't talk to me about legacy, man. Come on, man. I don't even know how old he is. He's only been in the league 2 years.
Don't talk to Nick about legacy, because look what they do to Carson Wentz. They're trying to run him out of town. Yeah, don't talk to him about legacy. Yeah, you damn right about that.
What are you talking about, man? Y'all was dogging Carson Wentz, man. Y'all was dogging him. Y'all dogged him. Everyone dogged him. Y'all dogged him, man. Y'all dogged him, and now he getting dogged. He getting ate up. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all want to say it's on us? Nah, man. We supported this guy. This guy, you know, all the time when people saying he was injury prone, I was standing up for him. I was standing up for Carson Wentz when they were guys saying he was injury prone, man. You know, that's how it is.
Let the record show.
Well, I'm done with Wentz now. You feel me? Because he ain't get hurt this season physically. He got emotionally hurt. You feel me? That's what they were saying all day. I've been hearing it on the news all day. I've been hearing Carson Wentz. Hey, Carson Wentz. They said that the relationship is fractured. I'm just like, fractured? I heard fractured. I'm like, Carson Wentz got hurt. And they said, nah, the relationship is fractured. I was just like, oh, man.
Hey, that's what happens when you get done dirt, man.
This year, Carson Wentz out with a broken heart. Oh, man. Oh.
Hey, I've always shown Carson Wentz love for the record. And if he needs a new place to come play quarterback in, you know, it's not too far. It's not too far.
Yeah. Come play for y'all while we're paying them $35 off the cap.
Exactly. That's the plan. Y'all go ahead and pay him out. We'll give him a little bit minimum, you know, come rock with us.
Oh my goodness, man! I'm just saying, man. I'm pulling for him. I just don't think it can be here. It ain't gonna be in Washington. But like, I would say the perfect situation for the kid would be the Colts. You know, put him right there in the Colts with his boy Frank Wright, man. You know, reunite. I think that could be a move. You know, future move. It's not a playoff prediction. It's an off-season prediction. You feel me? Phillip Rivers ain't got it no more. But yeah, I'm just saying, man. I'm done with Wentz, man. But a little off topic. I'm just saying. I'm over it. I'm over it, man. My man suffered from a fractured relationship, out for the season.
Well, man, if you ask me, it sounds like it's a lack of respect.
Yeah, facts. There's a lot of that going around, though. A lot of lack of respect going around. You feel me? One of the most disrespected people in the NBA these days. He's like a villain, you know, these days. Everybody hates him. It's Paul George, pretty much, seems like. But, you know, my man's been thriving through it. You know, he's been doing good. You know, Clippers are number one on the gas power rankings. If you check them out, they're available on GoodAssSports.com. You know, I got them at number one because they got some impressive wins on the season. They just beat the Suns, who I like the Suns a lot. They're one of my favorite teams in the West. I said 2 weeks ago that I thought they were going to be one of the higher seeds, and they are. But the Clippers beat them. They beat the Lakers. They're pulling some wins together. I think Paul George could possibly deserve a little bit more respect. You know, you got dudes talking greasy to him on the sideline. You know, calling him all types of words. Devin Booker had some words for him that I cannot repeat on this show. But does he deserve the disrespect? I mean, people was coming for him. They were talking about mental health. They were talking about him from that perspective. They were, you know, basically saying, he came out and confided into the world and said that he had some, you know, a little bit of a mental health struggle during the bubble. And what do players do? Yeah, you can tell them that you have a weakness. They're going to exploit the weakness. Now he's being exploited and he's being dragged around. But anyway, does Paul George deserve some more respect around the league? Does he deserve this, this dragging?
Can I start?
Yeah, go ahead, G.
I say, yeah, he does deserve all this disrespect. You saw how he was talking greasy in the bubble about Dame Dollar? How they were waving at him? Like, what? And this man, he never won nothing. When's the last time he won a playoff game? Prior to last year. Like, he hasn't won nothing. He can't even get to the conference final. Man, this man be talking hella crazy. And now people calling him out on it. Well, we're supposed to feel bad for him? He better put his big boy pants on and get through that.
Yeah, that's facts, bro. That's facts, bro. Hey, you missed the worst thing he ever said too, and that's when he referred to his season with OKC as his MVP season. But to me, that's the only flagrant foul he ever committed, man. I don't got no problem with Paul George. But when he called that his MVP season, when he did not win MVP, and I believe he finished like third. So you didn't even finish second, I don't think. And you calling it your MVP season, man. I think Paul George is a dog, though. And I think people are not – I think he does deserve a little more respect than he's getting throughout the league. I mean, like he said in his interview, nobody was saying anything like that last season. You know, like before last season ended, nobody was disrespecting Paul George. He was revered as one of the top guys in the league. You know, one down year does that to you. I know it's a what have you done for me lately, world and NBA, but at the same time, man, Paul George deserves some respect. He's still one of the best players in the NBA, in my opinion.
Yeah, man, he definitely deserves a lot more respect.
Yeah, but
go ahead, G.
No, but I'm saying though, like you talking about another guy like Devin Booker. You don't think Devin Booker and him are like the same kind of players?
I take Devin Booker over Paul George personally.
If I'm building for the future, I'll take Devin Booker over Paul George. But if I'm trying to win a championship right now, I'd probably take Paul George over Devin Booker.
But no, what I asked was, do you not think they're the same caliber kind of player?
Definitely.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
So it's the same caliber kind of player disrespecting the same kind of guy. Like, all right, if it was a bench player, then I'd be like, all right, my man's bugging out. Someone need to talk to him. But you talking about the same caliber kind of player, calling him what he called them that game. Like, all right, gotta toughen up, you know. And they won the game, so like he got the last laugh. But yeah, like he can't go out there thinking that he's some kind of LeBron James kind of player.
Yeah, that's a fact. He's definitely not a Bron. He's definitely not a Bron. He never had an
getting paid money. He getting paid the kind of money. He getting paid the kind of money. He getting paid more than LeBron. So
that's a good point, T. T makes a good point. That's what kind of what I was alluding to a little bit, man. Like Paul George is, in my opinion, he's a higher level player than Devin Booker to this day. Don't get me wrong, Booker has a higher ceiling, but if I'm trying to win today, I'm rocking with Paul George.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. I wouldn't say PG is better. If you're talking today, yeah, but Book definitely has the higher ceiling. I think PG does deserve a little bit more respect, but I think he's got to go out there and earn it. Like you just said, he had a down year last year. He spoke on what happened with him in the bubble or whatever. Get your confidence back and go out there and prove it. Earn that respect. If you don't want people talking to you like that, there's really only one way to get them to stop.
Yeah, I agree with that. And there's a difference between Booker and Paul George, though. I mean, because Booker's been in the league now, what, 3-4 seasons before this? He's done nothing with the Suns. They've been a bottom feeder. Last year, they flirted. With playoffs, right? I don't think they made it. They flirted, though. Paul George, in his fourth year, I believe he was taking the Pacers, to the playoffs by himself with him and Roy Hibbert. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Paul George is certified, bro. He's a certified dog. It is what it is. And I'm not saying he's great right now. He's not great. But, I mean, he's still a high-level basketball player, and I still give him the nod over a guy like Devin Booker, who's nice, hella potential, unproven.
Let's not make this conversation a Paul George or Devin Booker conversation. That's not the conversation. The conversation is, does Paul George deserve more respect, or does he deserve the disrespect? And I'm going to answer my own question because I think he deserves every bit of the disrespect that he's getting from the league, from the fans, because like he's been doing like whole things, like I can't say it no other way, but like, like you go on podcasts and you go blast your former coach, and then you just be saying like, oh well, it's the system, it's the reason that I wasn't doing so well, it's because of the system, and then you point the fingers at other folks like. That's why Doc Rivers out here flourishing, because he's like, man, he dusting his shoulders off all that nonsense, man. All that drama that you was bringing to the team, PG. You know what I'm saying? Like, own up, man. Stop playing around, making excuses. Nobody want to hear all that. You just go out there and own up and make your game do the talking, bro. That's what people want to hear from you, bro. That's what KD do. That's why I don't even want to talk to the media no more, right? KD, one word answer. You don't got nothing to say. Say it on the court, bro. That's how I feel about Paul George. That's why I feel like he's getting run through the mud, because he out here looking like, looking like Dre from Power, just yappy. Like, stop. That's just my thing. So I think he deserved to be getting a little disrespect, like, and he getting paid. So like, he getting paid, he getting paid the big time cheese, like top 10 in the league right now in terms of salary. So, with that comes a price.
Yeah, I feel that, man. I don't know, man. I feel like guys are disrespecting Paul George. Only going to take a couple, maybe a 50-point game in a few weeks or so, and everybody be back on Paul George bandwagon. Everybody be saying this was the spark Paul George needed. We'll see. We'll see how it unfolds. Let's not forget, Paul George was on the team last season who many of you all had favored to win the championship. Many people on this very panel had picked the Clippers, to make the run in the West. So all I'm saying is, you discounting Paul George after one season, it's a pretty quick turnaround, man. Like I get what you're saying, Scruff, about commenting about the coaching, commenting about all these things. But at the end of the day, this is what we beg athletes for every day. We want these sound bites. We want to hear what the truth is, what they really feel. And as soon as somebody speaks it, they get villainized for it. I don't know. I don't like vilifying a guy just because he's speaking his mind about the coaching situation, about how he was used, just talking basketball, and it is what it is sometimes. But
I don't think the vilification is a bad thing for Paul George. I think possibly he could turn it into a good thing. I think the vilification of LeBron was part of what made him so great. When LeBron was vilified in Miami, he took his game to the next level. Maybe Paul George needs a little dark side edge to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying. So I think it's all, it can't all be roses all the time. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're going through a struggle. Like I said, people find out you got weakness, they're gonna try to exploit it. It's just like when Markel Fultz was going through the yips. They're backing up off him. All right, go ahead.
But what is that weakness from Paul George, though, that people were trying to exploit? Like, what are you saying when people find out you have a weakness? What's the weakness that people have found out about?
Well, he was saying he was having some, mental health struggles, and, he was having a hard time. So people have been messing with him on the court. They're coming at him mentally. They're trying to like get under his skin.
Is that fair? Is that fair? I mean, I agree with you. It's definitely part of the game. But if a guy, in today's world comes out and speaks on his mental health issues, is it fair for them to come at him like that? If he's having struggles off the court, is it fair to bring those kind of things up on the court?
It's as fair as he deserved to be applauded for it, which he was. People are going to find ways to exploit your weaknesses. It is what it is, bro. It's sport, right? That's what you do. You strategize against people's weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? People trash talk on the court all the time, bro. Gary Payton, like the glove, like this is what dudes do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's what it is. What it is. Jordan, what are trash talkers in the league, man? Trash talking is part of the game, man.
I agree with you on the trash talking. I think PG definitely deserves a bit more respect, and if that's how people are coming at him to get to beat him, then that shows the talent that he holds and the respect that he should be given.
Yeah. Nah, Pete, I got a feeling that Paul George is gonna prove a lot of people wrong in these coming months, man. I got a real good feeling about that. I'm not counting Paul George out. I think that last season he was on a team. Well, first of all, speaking about his mental health struggles in the bubble, I don't know how deep those mental health struggles got. I don't know how much he elaborated on into that. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure a whole lot of players in that bubble had some mental health struggles. I'm 100% sure about that. Whether how drastic, how serious they were, who knows? And I'm not sure when he was speaking on that how drastic, how serious he was talking. But what I do know is that last season Paul George was placed on a team. It was their first year. It was their first go around together, right? You got Kawhi Leonard, huge personality, huge persona coming to the team. Paul George, they teaming up. Doc Rivers, you had a whole new thing. So by the time the playoffs came around, these guys still getting to know each other. As much time as Kawhi missed, much time Paul George missed a little bit of time. These guys were still meshing that entire time through. So like to judge them off, I don't like judging teams that are thrown together so quickly, judging them off the first season. Still got to give them time to work it out. And I got a feeling that Paul George will be proving some people wrong when it's all said and done.
I agree with you, Bryce, but it also wasn't fair for them to fire Doc Rivers based on that same premise. They just put that team together and all that, but they still blame him.
Yeah, but Doc Rivers had been there for years, man. And Doc Rivers asked for these guys. You get it, and you don't work. All right, the hammer got to come down. But I mean, it wasn't like that was Doc Rivers' first year in LA. You know what I'm saying? Doc Rivers still an NBA coach, so someone saw value in him. But he been in LA for 10 years now. He didn't do it with Lob City, didn't do it with Kawhi and Paul. They had to wash their hands.
Hey, but he is doing it. He is doing it with the Sixers, though. Sixers got the best record in the league right now. Don't look now.
Games, Six. What are we? 5? They got 5. They play 5 games.
Yeah. Well,
all right. Well,
I think
when we play 40, we'll revisit this. All
right, we'll revisit when we get to 40 games. We'll be there. We'll be there.
I think the Knicks are like number 4 right now.
What now?
So I think the Knicks are like number 4 right now in the league. So
get out of here. You just mad because you talking about 5 games in. The Wizards was 0-5. Your Wiz kid started off 0-5.
2-5 now. So the Nets only 1 game ahead of us, and I think they're going to end up being one of the better teams. We fresh off a win against them.
Basketball.
Yeah, I'm not going to judge it yet.
Still a lot of basketball to be played, so we ain't going to get too deep into it, though. Not yet, anyway.
Yo, so what we got next up, fellas? Reebok, Master P.
Yeah, taking it a little bit beyond sports into the business realm. Master P, I think we say he about to buy Reebok. I think there's some Billies on the board. Master P teaming up. I believe Baron Davis's name has been up in discussion, and they're looking to buy Reebok, which would be a pretty classic move. Looking like the price tag is about $2 billion, I think was what the figure that was tossed around. So Master P, one of the original hustler entrepreneurs, No Limit Records, I think this would be a pretty monumental move for Master P to do that. Black owned, Reebok. It's like, right. It's not really right up there with Nike, but really right. It is right up there with Nike. How powerful of a move would this be if Master P was able to pull this off?
It would be huge. I mean, you talking about $2.4 billion. That's a major move. I don't care what company you're buying. When we talking Billies, it's major. It's very major. And Reebok is one of those brands, in my opinion, that only needs a spark. They only need a spark, to take off. Just think about Adidas just about, 5-6 years ago, before Yeezy came to Adidas. I mean, Adidas was doing good, but they weren't doing great. It wasn't the Adidas it is today, 7 to 10 years ago. You know what I mean? It just took that little spark. For them, it was Kanye. Who knows what Reebok spark could be? It could be Master P coming along. Maybe he brings in some new designers, switches up the templates for the shoes. Next thing you know, you got a model that the kids and the youth are messing with, and it could take off. It could definitely take off. I'm not going to say I guarantee it happening. I'm not saying I'm buying stock in it the moment he buys it, but I want it to happen. And if they drop something that I feel like I should rock, I'm going to buy it. You know what I mean? And I think that's what it comes down to. Can they appeal to the younger generation? Can they appeal to people that know Reebok, the brand, that know Reebok back in the day from the Iversons, are they gonna bring back the pumps? What they gonna do? Man? You gotta get innovative. But I think it's possible.
Yo, so it's funny you say what they're gonna do, man, and what you bring up, because I was actually reading an article earlier where Master P was saying that he's aiming to make Allen Iverson for Reebok what Michael Jordan is for Nike. Personally, I think that is a lofty goal. Iverson never won a ring. Jordan won 6. We all know about it. Iverson hasn't played in 11 years. Michael Jordan is recognized by non-basketball fans, people who just saw the movie Space Jam. So, I mean, that's a hell of a comparison. It's always good to aim high. I don't think they're going to ever hit that. But for me, I loved Reebok. I loved the Iversons. I had every pair. Iverson was my guy. So for someone like me, who, if you take it back to the old school Reeboks, I would love it. And even if you get more old school than that, back in the 80s, Reebok was right up there with Nike. It was Nike or Reebok. It was one or the other. And if he could bring Reebok back to their glory days, that would be huge, not just for the culture, but that would be monumental. That'd be unbelievable.
Man, bro, you just sold me. You just sold me. You know what? I like this move a lot. Actually, would you say with AI, they turn AI into like a Jordan type of figure? Obviously, Jordan won rings and all that, but AI is monumental, bro. Like for the culture, people got a lot of love for AI. I know I did, and I love them shoes that was coming up. You know, if they did re-release on a couple of those, I would cop. You know, yeah, the one with the zipper. You know what I'm saying? The songs was fire, bro. Y'all know about them AI, the answers, the questions. You know what I'm saying? Remember when we had Jadakiss in the commercial? You know what I'm saying? AI's an icon. So I think if they did that, that would be swag. And I think if they got a young athlete, maybe some of these young dudes coming out, say like a Mikey Williams or something like that, DJ Wagner, somebody like that, come up on there and just start rocking the Reeboks next generation. You know what I'm saying? I think they can pull that off, especially if they make it cool. You know, Master P, you know, coming from the hip hop culture, you know how to make it, you know, make it the right feel of things. I think that will give it a whole new feel. And with AI as the poster board, I could buy that. I'd buy some.
And you got to imagine that Reebok has all these institutions that they need set up in place already. Like you got to have the warehouses, right? You got to have the factories, right? You got to imagine that Reebok already has all that. Reebok been around for years. You know, all they need is that spark. That's it. And I feel like Master P, if he does it right, he could be that spark that they need. I mean, look how fast Under Armour grew. You know what I mean? I mean, like we talk about Nike, I think they were 16 billion. The fact that, you know, Reebok's worth $2 billion shows you they've got something going. They've already had something going. They just need that extra spark, and we'll see if Master P can provide it.
See, people tend to forget like Reebok was the originator of having people from the music world do sneakers. Remember, they had 50 Cent, they had the G Units, the S Carters.
Oh.
Like people forget that Reeboks were the first ones. Yo, if Master P does buy this, you need to relaunch them G Units. Them nice white ones with the gray sway in the front, with little side little blue strips. Woo, I had a
bro,
pair.
This was forces with a G unit instead of a 90.
What?
So were the Iversons.
What?
The
Those
notes were
were my
foul,
favorite as
bro.
a kid. I remember I saved my money to my birthday when they came out. I went to Foot Lockers, told my mom like, "Yo, I had to get these." So my mom took me. Well, I remember you had to get the G-Units. I had to get the G-Units. If you was a 50 Cent fan, you had to get them.
Oh,
So
Hey, G, that's an excellent point though, man. Because we were just talking about if he could get, you know, one of these up and coming ball players. That's another route Master P could go that a lot of these other, you know, shoe companies might not have as much of an in with, and that's the hip hop community. Like we just said, if you could get the Lil Baby, and a new pair of these fire Reeboks, all of a sudden the whole rebrand starts launching, man. So this really could be something, man. I think they're gonna announce it sometime in March. So I'm gonna be paying close attention to this.
Hey, and don't let Master P pull Kanye away from Adidas. It's a wrap. You get Yeezy over at Reebok. You turn Reebok to a multi-billion company in no time, man. They be sitting on 10 Bs no time.
Adidas is the one selling Reebok too, so that'd be crazy.
No chance they gonna let that happen.
Yeah, that's something.
Double doink.
That would be a big old middle finger right there.
Nah, they ain't about to do that. But they got plenty of any other people that they could be using right now. You feel me? So I think it'll be dope. You know what I mean? It's a lot to be. I think bigger than just like what they can do from a perspective with Nike, just from like a wealth perspective. I like this move because just from a you know, all these huge companies, man. It's nice when you see people. You know, it's good to see people come up, man. Like Master P pulling up with $2 billion to make this happen is incredible. So shout out to Master P, because you know that's crazy. Baron Davis out here contributing too, but you know, Master P coming up, I just, I love to see it. More black ownership, more black wealth. You know what I'm saying? So I like this move, and I'm excited. I hope they can pull it off, man. Hope they can pull it off, and I'll be happy to see buy them AI sneakers. So definitely send me some of those.
Hey, look, man. If P by Reebok, they gotta go ahead and sponsor the show, man. We get a Reebok sponsorship, we lit. All the good ass sports gear, man. Got a Reebok sign on it. I'm with it.
Yeah, I'll
Nick gonna tattoo the Reebok logo on his forearm.
Hey, go ahead, bro. Hey, who gonna get the gas logo tat though? Remember the gas logo tat? You a real one, yo.
I got room for that.
Put it on my neck.
Right here.
You gonna put it on your neck? Put it on your forehead, man.
Gas.
Gas logo on your forehead. I'll pay you 10,000, man.
Yeah, I ain't that tripping. You bugged out. I ain't smoking piss. You crazy.
Hey, man, it looks like we about wrapping it up, man. Another lit episode. First episode of the year. So we coming out strong. A whole lot more. We got 50, 51 left? Was it 52 weeks in the year? So we got 51 left?
51 more to go.
51 more to go. One down. Hey, good stuff tonight, fellas, man. Hey, if you
Make
don't
sure you
know,
guys follow Bryce and Rome this weekend. Hit them up on Saturday after 10 o'clock. Give them your condolences. Don't forget. Make sure you send them all your love. They gonna need
you're gonna be sick.
Hey,
You're gonna be sick when we win.
Keep that same energy. Washington 23, Tampa Bay 20. Keep that same energy.
Yeah, let them know, Rome.
Keep that same energy Saturday night.
Hey, Bryce, don't you owe me money?
What's up?
I think I do us for the dub. I think I do you a dub. I was a couple dubs from that weekend.
When I heard y'all bogus prediction, I was just like, wait a minute, this sounds familiar. More nonsense.
Hey man, but look, man, another great episode. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you don't know, you got to go ahead and download the Gas Network app, man. It's available on all platforms that have apps, except the smart TV, but we coming there next. So keep your eyes open, man. Just type in Gas Network wherever you get your apps at. If you're not following us, make sure you do that at GoodAssSports on all platforms. You can see all your favorite panelists at names right there in the bottom left corner. Make sure you follow us too. Another great episode, fellas, and y'all know how we always wrap it up. Sports for the culture.
Sports for the culture.
Culture.
Deportes por la cultura.